Hello everyone, I'm Aria from Dongguk University, and I'm going to present about this paper, and the title is A Study on the Evaluation of Realistic Content for User Immersion Enhancement. Here is the contents for this presentation. First of all, introduction. As non-face-to-face services become common due to the impact of COVID-19, the realistic media or metaverse industry, such as AR, VR, and 4D media, is growing rapidly. In the other words, because of the content is produced from the point of view of the creator rather than the user, the content produced in this way does not match the user's satisfaction level, and thus the level of immersion cannot be increased. Therefore, realistic content should be produced by objectively evaluating the taste of various users and taking this into consideration. According to a study on the information transfer effect of this media, users feel great satisfaction with sensual and aesthetic contents. When users simply read, they remember only 10% of the all contents. And when the users watch or listen it remembers 20% and 30% respectively. In addition, for these media contents that are watch and listen, users remember about 50% of the content. On the other side, interactive sensory content accompanied by a user's virtual experience has the effect of remembering about 80% of the entire content. Therefore, realistic media contents are being used in various fields such as education, marketing, and healthcare, and so on. Previously, I pointed out the current environment in which realistic media contents are produced from the point of view of creators. However, realistic content should be produced by objectively evaluating the taste of various users and taking this into consideration. So, in this paper, we try to solve the limitations of existing media authoring system by developing a system that collects and analyzes users' evaluation information according to the experience of realistic content and provides it to the creators. Based on the fourth industrial revolution, realistic content-related research, technology development, and service commercialization such as virtual reality, augmented reality, mixed reality, and extended reality are actively being carried out. And by applying these technologies, it is evolving into a metaverse platform that can give a more three-dimensional and realistic feel. Realistic content refers to a variety of high-quality contents that is implemented through a smartphone or VR device by utilizing the user's 5 senses and context information. And the metaverse is a system platform that expands the user experience so that political, economic, social, and cultural activity of the real world can take place in virtual world. As the number of user experience increases due to the commercialization of realistic contents, some problems is also raises that realistic media contents do not have a positive effect on all users. In particular, problems with interaction with the outside caused by wearing a VR device, like HMD, and synchronization problems between image data and reproduction effect data, and content synchronization problems due to head tracking are occurring. Realistic content transmits various data, like multidimensional videos and sounds and sensory reproduction effects and so on, to express some piece of information. And even a small delay that occurs during data transmission may cause high dizziness. In addition to that, in the case of applying an excessive sensory reproduced effect that is not suitable for the content, it actually hinders immersion. However, in the current content authoring structure, there is no way to give quantitative feedback to content creators to express content. And in order for content creators to secure evaluation data for content, a huge burden of time and manpower and cost is inevitable. Because the quality of released contents become non-uniform due to such an authoring environment, user satisfaction is also lowered. In addition, such problems have the potential to adversely affect the development of related industries. In this paper, we proposed an evaluation system that can increase the user's immersion by preventing playback effects that are not appropriate or excessively applied to content expression. And then I will explain smart content evaluation system design. The realistic content quality evaluation scenarios presented in this paper is shown in Figure 1. I walked you through the process. Users evaluating realistic contents are divided into general audiences and professional evaluators. General audiences are users who visit cultural and artistic institutions where realistic contents are installed and displayed for simple viewing and experience. And professional evaluators are invited users for purpose for evaluating the effects of reproducing smart content. As can be seen from Figure 1 below, after all users, including audiences and evaluators, experience realistic content, they evaluate the content with their smartphone device. The application for evaluation is based on the web, so that is not limited by any device's type. Audiences are users who simply watch and experience realistic content, and then evaluate it based on their subjective feelings about the actual content. Therefore, the evaluation technique of the NR, that is the no reference method, it is applied to watch, experience, and evaluate only the displayed content without using any information on the original content. Conversely, evaluators apply the evaluation techniques of FR, that is the full reference method, to measure the quality of the reproduction effects by comparing the original content and the content with the strength of the reproduction effect changed. Evaluation data of general audiences are collected to obtain results on the user's sensory index and satisfaction level experiencing realistic contents in the actual environment. However, general audiences may have many unfaithful responses to the evaluation as users aimed at watching and experiencing realistic contents rather than realistic contents evaluation. Therefore, there is a concern that low reliability evaluation result will be counted. In order to compensate for these problems, evaluation data from professional evaluators who will perform high concentration evaluations should also be collected. The process of the system designed in this paper is shown in Figure 2. On the horizontal axis, the objects of user, mobile device, realistic media device, server, and authoritator, and administrator are expressed, and the interaction between each object and the direction of progress is represented by an arrow. I'd like to illustrate this by showing you Figure 2. The first part is pre-evaluation. Pre-evaluation is the stage of evaluating the contents before showing the authored realistic contents, and it is performed as software quality evaluation. And then post-evaluation. Post-evaluation is a process of evaluating the effect of sensory reproduction of content for which software quality evaluation has been completed. This process is a process of obtaining evaluation information on the sensibility index from the evaluation performed after the user has viewed and experienced the content, and corrects the content according to the result. The key points of this conclusion are as this follows. Realistic content is produced to provide users with a sense of realism and immersion, but because of it is created based on the subjective and experience of the creator of realistic contents, it is provided in the form that real users do not want, which can act as negative factor in using realistic content. Of course, it is impossible to create content considering all tastes of numerous users, but it can be improved to accommodate the majority of opinions as much as possible. So, in this paper, we propose the design of evaluation system based on technique to improve the metadata existing realistic contents by evaluating realistic content. The evaluation results of various users obtained through the proposed system will be collected and analyzed, suggesting way to increase immersion in each genre of content. However, the proposed study only designed the overall system and did not implement it. So, as a future study, we intend to implement a proposal system so that it can be easily introduced at the stage of production of realistic contents, shortening the overall workflow period and effectively reducing risk in terms of user satisfaction. Realistic contents to be produced in the future using the proposed method can be produced based on the analysis result of evaluation data. So it will be possible to produce highly realistic content according to the characteristics of actual users, not the subjective and experience of the creators. Yes, that brings us to the end of my presentation. That's all I have prepared for you today, and thank you for your attention. If you have any questions or other comments about this series, please send them to the email this below. I will try my best to answer sincerely. Thank you again.